Hello everyone, this is Mr. Speak, and I'm going to be doing a review of Chapter 462, One Piece, Losing Face. No, chapter introduction where we get to see, what's going on with some other people today. I guess, we'll save that for later chapters, or maybe he doesn't want to spoil certain things. In any case, everybody's noticing that wasn't a part of the big battle or didn't know what's going on is noticing something's going down on the island. In any case, everybody is trying to evacuate the island. In any case, they're really not sure. They're just farting around trying to discuss what's going on, why it's going on, etc., etc. And they're all just trying to leave before everything goes south. And we see some of the servants kind of upset how things went. That they got their asses kicked, and then they can, and now they can call themselves soldiers of the king. You can understand where they're coming from. At the same time, it wasn't their fault. These guys are taking energy steroids, so assumably these guys on their normal level will be no match. As we've seen glimpses of, Hody's fight with Luffy and Hody's fight you can't really call it a fight. Hody's skirmish with Zoro. He wouldn't be anything without his energy steroids. I mean, even now, he's not much of a threat. It's just that Luffy's in the water and he's split focus trying to keep Noah from crashing into the island. In any case, we cut back to the big fight. They're all trying to discuss what's going on, and we get some really good observation about what's going on. Brook is having a sword fight with the one dude. Nami's demonstrating some weird powers. It's I don't know. She's whipping out a cloud or some steam. I don't know. It looks really cool. In any case, Jinbei's fending off another blow from the giant, and then yeah, that's it for now. They're all trying to just absorb the situation, and then they're trying to get everything out off of the island. And then we cut to some of the residents of Fishman Island. They're more or less some kids, but they're trying to be supportive because they're just letting people fight for their island and they can't do anything about it. In any case, the soldier just says, "I'll let you do what you want." We cut back to the big fight. One of the guys is brought in the slave tank, which is basically some cannons carried by some humans. And Robin knows how all that's horrible. And then Watatsumi does something really weird. He's just puffing himself up with air. And then he gets even bigger. And Sanji's "You're not bigger than the Kraken. The Kraken was bigger." And he keeps puffing himself up and crushing people. Any case, Robin is about to do something to free the slaves. Cut back to Frankie's fight with his dude, and he's I don't know what happened here. Frankie literally punches the one guy's head off, but apparently that was a clone. And then Frankie shoots a fireball. However, it was him shooting a fireball, not his new robot. I guess that's somewhat to be expected, because he hasn't had all the time in the world to work on these things, and it's still impressive for the results he's gotten. In any case, Chopper with his dude, he fought him, and he clashed. He used heavy point to clash with his hammer. He was able to fend off the hammer, but at the same time, we get a look at his new monster point. It is much more muscled now than before. He's a lot bigger. In any case, the one dude, the little crazy swordsman dude, he's trying to attack Zoro while his guards is down, and then he's kind of oh crap. He has this oh crap moment where Zoro is just tired of dealing with him, and he doesn't want to waste any more time. So I can pretty much assume that he's going to go down. And that's how the chapter ends, the quick summary for you. So we didn't get to see what was going on with Luffy, Hody, and the rest up above Fishman Island. However, for those of you who read last week's chapter, the situation is dire. Kind of a slow chapter for One Piece. We do see what's going on with everybody else. I guess this is kind of thing that was needed. I don't think they needed to set aside an entire, or needed to set aside a separate chapter for this sort of thing. I think they could have been doing the Luffy developments and everything, and then just have it set up, so we see somewhat of what's going on in the background at the same time. Like, okay, 3 panels what's going on with Luffy, 1 panel about what's going on with them, maybe an occasional page or something like that. But again, I honestly don't think we needed to set aside an entire chapter for this. So yeah, the fights are completely one-sided. We do see some a little bit new people, but at the same time, these guys aren't pushovers. But again, all of them have been souped up by energy steroids, is to be assumed. But at the same time, these guys the Straw Hats aren't demonstrating their full power either. Well, I don't know how to describe Franky. He seems to be more or less goofing around, but at the same time, he's not. I honestly don't think any of them demonstrated their full power. I think they've never been the type to just outright kill people in the past. So maybe they're just trying to end this fight without necessarily killing them, even though they are complete jerks and in a sense, they're like Fishman Tenryubito, so to speak. And I'm just making that comparison. They're not anywhere near as bad as the Tenryubito have gotten. However, you could easily see them as being a Fishman version of them, albeit a lighter and softer version, because they haven't committed any atrocities, so to speak, yet, or that we know of. But yeah, that's pretty much it on this as far as this chapter goes. Like, how do you think it's going to be resolved? Are they just going to evacuate Fishman Island, let Noah crash down? Or are they going to find some way to deal with Noah or something along those lines? I honestly think that, maybe they're just like, Noah will crash into the island. And then, like they'll go and salvage Noah. And then they'll go, like sailing around until until they go to Marijoa for Reverie. That's how I think of it, because honestly, yeah, it's a pretty weird situation. We don't know if Vanderdecken's dead or he's unconscious. I say he's dead because I think there's been moments where there's we've seen effects of Devil Fruit stay, even though and Nell is a good example. He was knocked unconscious and everything. He was near death. He was dead. Excuse me. And then his Devil Fruit power automatically brought him to life, even though he was unconscious. So if Vanderdecken's power ceased working while he's in this state, then I can honestly say I think he's dead. So that's my spin on it. What do you think? I say he's dead. Other people say, I've heard other people say he's unconscious. I've seen forums, they say he's just unconscious, something like that. But we all know that Oda, the assumed rule that everybody thought Oda abided by, aka nobody dies in One Piece, except for your average mook or your average no-name character, has been averted hard. And for all those readers out there, you know what the hell I'm talking about. We've seen two important people die to date. So yeah. In any case, what do you think? Is Vanderdecken dead? What is this situation going to be resolved? What do you think the Straw at full strength will look like? With Zoro, I can assume in this fight, it's just going to be something that's going to happen in an instant. As we know, he's a swordsman, and swordsmen do not mess around. In any case, I'm going to end it here. How do you like my review? Comment below on the chapter, stuff like that. I'm signing off.